The year was 1863, and the United States was engulfed in the bloody turmoil of the Civil War. Two brothers, William and James Carter, found themselves on opposite sides of the conflict. William, the elder, fought for the Union, while James, swayed by the cause of the Confederacy, had taken up arms against the North. Their once inseparable bond had been severed by the harsh realities of war. Raised on a small farm in Tennessee, the Carter brothers had never imagined they would be pitted against each other. Their father, a veteran of the War of 1812, had taught them the values of honor and duty. Yet, when the war broke out, their convictions led them down separate paths. William had always believed in a unified nation, while James felt loyalty to his homeland in the South. In November, after months of battle, the war brought them closer than they had ever expected. The Battle of Lookout Mountain raged in Tennessee, and both brothers were stationed on opposite sides. William, serving as a Union officer, had no idea his younger brother was among the Confederate ranks fighting desperately to hold their ground. As gunfire and cannon blasts shook the valley, William led a charge up the mountain. Bullets whizzed past him, and the cries of the wounded filled the air. It was amidst this chaos that he spotted a familiar face across the smoke-covered battlefield, James. His heart clenched. His brother, whom he had shared childhood memories with, was now his enemy. The thought was unbearable. Before William could react, an explosion nearby sent him tumbling to the ground. His vision blurred as he fought to stay conscious. When he came to, the battle had moved further up the ridge. Groaning, he pushed himself up and found bodies strewn across the battlefield. Among them, to his horror, lay James, blood seeping from a wound in his side. Rushing to his brother's side, William dropped to his knees. "James, hold on." James opened his eyes, a weak smile playing on his lips. "Will, you always were the stubborn one." Tears filled William's eyes. "Why did it have to come to this?" he whispered, gripping James's hand. James coughed, struggling to speak. "We chose different sides, but we never stopped being brothers." He winced, pain evident in his voice. "I wrote Mama a letter. Tell her I fought with honor." William nodded, unable to hold back his tears. "I will." James's grip loosened, and with one final breath, he was gone. As the battle raged on, William sat beside his fallen brother, the letter clenched in his trembling hands. The war had taken so much, but in that moment, it had given him a painful truth. Brotherhood transcends even the most bitter of divisions. The next day, with a heavy heart, William kept his promise. He sent the letter home, along with a note of his own. Their mother received them weeks later, her tears staining the parchment as she read the final words of her youngest son. Though the war continued, one family's battle had ended, leaving only memories and a love that even war could not destroy.